In this video, I want to talk to you about knowing when it's time to upgrade your equipment. Hello, my name's Stuart Wood and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about knowing when it is time to upgrade your equipment. So I've got my EOS R here with the 100mm macro lens from Canon. This is the L series lens. And then in front of me here, I have various bits and pieces that I use to increase the magnification of this lens. This Canon lens is a 1:1 macro lens, which means on a full frame sensor, it will reproduce life-size subjects. So if your spider or ant stands on your sensor, that is the size it will actually come out on your image. Gets a bit complicated and I might do a video about that later on in the future if you wish me to do that. In front of me here are several objects that I use for increasing the magnification. Now, I'm not going to go into technical details on how much magnification because I think people stress out way too much over the technical details of macro photography. I really don't care what magnification I am at. What I want to do is fill the frame with my subject. That is what is important to me. So first of all, we have the extension tubes. So these go in between my adapter for the EOS R and the lens. And in layman's terms, what this does is it pushes the lens further away from your sensor, thus closer to your subject, enabling you to focus closer. These work brilliantly. They're my #1 go-to for increasing my magnification. The second thing that I can do as well is I can use this. This is a Raynox, and this simply clips onto the front of the lens. So again, we can increase our magnification to get closer to our subject. And again, this is all about filling the frame with our subject rather than cropping in post. So that is a very long lens with 2 accessories on there to increase the magnification. That setup loses a lot of light, so you have to have a powerful flash on there or be shooting in daylight. I don't like shooting in sunshine because it's very harsh light, but if you have to get the shot, then you have to. Another one I can use is my 28mm Tokina lens. Now I can reverse mount this onto the camera. For that I need a reverse mount, which is this one. In order to be able to use the accessories on the front, I have to put on the EOS R end cap. To do that, I need a Pentax to EOS R adapter. So the adapter goes on, that then goes on there. These are step down rings, they then go on there, and I can put my diffuser on there. You get the idea. Another thing I don't like with the reverse macro is you have to set your aperture manually, which is nothing wrong with doing it manually, but you lose a lot of light when it comes to focusing. You can't see as well through the viewfinder when you want to focus on your subject. There is nothing wrong with any of these setups until you run into a certain situation. And that situation is this. And I've not got any of my pets out because, you know, I don't like stressing them out. So for this, I'm just going to demonstrate and visually storytell the story and the situation. So you're currently at 1:1 magnification and you're photographing a bee. It is on this flower here. So you go, take a picture, great bee. And then all of a sudden, just here, you got a flower or a stone, usually stones. You have a zebra jumping spider. So you're like, oh, okay. So to photograph that, I know that I need at least 1 extension tube, and it's usually the 36mm extension tube. And I have a choice now. I can either photograph it and crop in post. I don't really like doing that for the reasons that when you're cropping, you're amplifying the errors in your image, such as noise and grain. They get bigger and more noticeable. So for this, I would typically put on my Raynox. That should give me at least enough magnification that I can get a decent high resolution image of said jumping spider. And again, we're going for high res, we're going for filling the frame. We don't want to crop in post. That's brilliant. We've got our picture of our zebra jumping spider if the spider is still there. Now let's take this into the realm of high fantasy for just a minute and say that a rare type of bee or hornet lands on this flower here. You've got one shot to get a shot of this rare bee. So you turn around with this and you're like, I'm too close. All you can get is a shot of the eye. I'll just wait there, Mr. B. We'll take off the Raynox and then we will take off our extension tube. Go back to one-to-one magnification, take a picture and it's gone. It's flown off. You have missed that shot because of your equipment. That is when it is time to start looking at an upgrade or replacement equipment. If your camera can't do low light situations and you're finding yourself out there at dawn or it's sunset, time for an upgrade. So this is all the gear that I use to vary the magnification of my lens so that I can get the subject to fill the frame. Again, we're not cropping in post. So this is a stand-in for the Nifty 50. I've borrowed my Nifty 50 to Lee Hall for him to practice some video with it. So that's why that is there. And when you are missing shots because you're having to put extension tubes on and off of your lens, you know that it's time for an upgrade. I want to be able to go from a bee to a jumping spider back to a bee without faffing around with all of this equipment. When you're sitting in the field as well and you know you're in a bush and you're having to take your lenses on and off and all that, you're getting dirt into your camera as well, as I have described in previous videos. Unfortunately for me, there is a lens out there that can do the job of every single piece of equipment you see on this table. Okay, stop saying okay. So if your ant stands on, so these will go in between. It would do for me, it's off. The second thing I can go do as well, the second thing, these which are step down rings. Yeah, these are. Nothing wrong with that setup until that here is that is when it is time to do an upgrade and look at all